Hey, it's Mark with Mark's Virtual Real Estate Channel. I'm back with another Upland video, and today I'm going to be talking about why I willingly lost money on a very large property and what my strategy is behind that. It's one that I bought in the recent Dallas collection release, and I'll talk about some of the mistakes I made buying this property, and then also why I was willing to sell it for a loss and move on. So, love all the likes, love all the shares, love all the comments. Keep those coming. We still have our Lazy Node contest going as well. So, awesome if you're participating in those and helping other people build buildings. We'd love to see the community join together there. We have our Discord. You can join below. Anybody can join, whether you participate in the Lazy Nodes or not. Lots of great information in there, too. And we'll see what happens here with the next release. There's rumors that it's, Qatar, or I think that's what the rumors are. But it's been a while since they announced the release. So I think that's been good for Upland to give it a little bit of a break, give people some time to collect themselves. I don't think Dallas was a good release for a lot of people. It was okay, but it was pretty expensive and not that exciting, at least to me. And I think a lot of other people shared that same sentiment. So we'll see if another country does better. And if I remember right, where is Qatar? Over here somewhere by Bahrain? Yeah, there it is. And so those were some of the rumors, and I forgot which town it was. Oh, Lusail is what I heard. And this could be ugly, folks. Really, really ugly if we do a release here, and I've got to try to pronounce some of these names. I apologize in advance, and I don't know how to say that. I don't know what to do there. So I don't know if they're going to have, assuming this is where they're doing their release, I don't know if they're going to have properties on those streets or just stick with these other ones at Al Salm Street. You know, I can say that good enough, but some of the other ones, that could be rough. So we'll see how all that goes. All right, so going back to Dallas and what happened here. So as many of you saw, I had my minting video. I focused on Dallas and not Arlington. Minted a lot of people along the river here. A lot of properties, I say people. Minted a lot of properties along the river here because I missed out on stuff downtown. There's just so much competition here for Main Street, for the Arts District, for anything in here. Missed out, went over here, minted a bunch, and sold some. But as you can see, I still have a lot left. I'm not asking crazy prices for these either, just enough to really make just a touch of money over mint, and not much is going on. Some other interesting stuff here. I was able to buy and sell some properties in this downtown area after the collections were released and make a little bit of money, so that was nice. I did get stuck with 2 properties on Elm here in the Main Street district that I paid way too much for, over 100,000 UPIX. And we'll probably be stuck with those for a while. And I have them for sale, but I doubt they'll be selling anytime soon. And then I've got some of these other interesting properties. I think this is just one I bought a few for the Thrifty Trader to get on the board. And I should put that up for sale. And I've actually been selling quite a few of them. So that's been good. So the stuff that's cheap has been selling. And I actually sold a very expensive one, which I was not expecting at all. So... And actually, I did mint a brewery over here and kind of double my money on that. I forgot which one it was. So that was, that right there, this one. So that's like the one thing I did good in the entire release. I did okay in the Arlington Thrifty Trader and did okay in the Dallas one. Nothing too fancy, but I kept telling everybody how to win them. So then they went out and did that, crazy people. But I've been selling some properties here too, so you can see I had a lot that I purchased, but we have been selling them, and I'm surprised the floor has stayed where it is, but so that's good. So it's been an okay Thrifty Trader, okay collection release, but the initial release I wasn't a big fan of. And something really interesting too, Highland Park, which is a collection, right? Extremely expensive. Look how much unminted properties there are. And if we go to upexland.me, which is where this is right now, and we go to that collection, let's see, yeah, and we search by markup. Oh, it didn't search by markup. But anyway, you can buy stuff below mint, relatively cheap. in Highland right now, Highland Park. So it's a collection. You can buy stuff below mint, very expensive properties. And I think that just goes to show making neighborhoods extremely expensive, which Upland has done a little bit recently, does not work out well for anybody most of the time, as you can see here. They did that in the LA release with some neighborhoods, and they just sat there. And that's, I just don't know why anybody would, like, you can buy stuff for less than mint. So why would you really mint things? And yeah, that was weird. So anyway, in the Arts District, extremely expensive too, and it didn't end up being a collection. And let's see. Oops. I know I'm getting off track, sorry. But the Arts District, 85%. Now, those are expensive, high-dollar properties, but still, you can buy some cheap stuff there. And the mints were so high that, it's just, it was crazy. All right. So what about this property I sold for less than I bought it for? And what mistakes did I make? All right. I just sold, that's a while ago. I thought I rejected that. Reject that offer. And then along here somewhere, here it is. My property on Swiss. And so the mistake I made here was after the collections were announced, I wanted to buy some properties for a thrifty trader. And part of that strategy is you buy expensive properties and then you sell them during Thrifty Trader. Well, I bought this one right away because there are so few properties on Swiss. I thought it would explode in value, and it didn't. It did not explode in value at all. And let's see. Alex Ritz 109. This might be the easiest way to do this and show you what happened here. We'll just go to this user's profile and then let's see. Has he been buying a whole lot of stuff? Not really. Okay, so there's my Swiss property right there. And so we can look at the history and see what I paid for it. It was minted for $37,000. I paid $222,000 for it. He bought it for $179,000. So obviously I lost more than $50,000 probably after you count the fees I paid for it. But why did I make such a bad deal? Well, I got too excited after the collections were announced. I think that's when I lose my most money, is after the collections are announced and I try and sneak in some good deals, and usually stuff gets really expensive and I don't sneak in fast enough and then it drops. So I need to learn to be more patient after the collection release, or maybe just not even participate in that and just wait, because I don't think that usually works out well for me. But I thought, let's see here, we'll go back to Dallas collections, Swiss, get rid of that. Based on how few properties, there are only 26 properties for sale on that whole street, and stuff was selling for well over $200,000. It was a big property. I thought it was going to be a great deal, and the prices just dropped after that. And it's kind of surprising, only having 26 properties on the street for sale, that prices are that low. I thought they would have been higher than that, and I was wrong. So it's after the collection release is announced, I think it's usually better to just calm down, wait, see what the market does. You don't have to go crazy buying right away. So that was the mistake I made. But then why would I sell it for so cheap? Well, because I had a lot of money tied up into it. So when we're looking at money in UPIX, it's not just about profit and loss. I know one of Warren Buffett's rules is don't ever lose money. Well, sometimes losing money is a good thing. And the idea is that, right, how much capital did I have available? I didn't have a lot of money. I spent so much money in Dallas. I haven't sold as many properties as I'd like. So I don't have a ton of UPIX if we have another release coming. So to me, it's the same thing as real life real estate. I do flips, I have rentals, and sometimes, I might have a rental that makes money, but I've got a ton of equity in it, and that equity's not doing anything. I might have a flip where I'm not going to make a ton of money on it. I could keep it as a rental, but I have a ton of money tied up in that flip that's not doing anything. Whereas in real life and in UPIX, if you take that money, that 170,000 UPIX or whatever it is, and I have that available to me, I can buy other stuff, I can do other deals, I can make money with that UPIX. So even though I lost 50,000 UPIX, in the long run, I can make more money using that capital and that UPIX to buy other properties, trade them, flip them, mint them, whatever, than just leaving it in here and hoping eventually someday prices go up. Because who knows how long that will be, and that's a lot of money to have tied up. And I have some other properties like that as well. And I've always just kind of kept them, for the most part. I've taken some losses, but for the most part, I've kept them. And because I don't want my net worth to decrease very much, because that's, a cool thing to look at. But I can probably make my net worth higher if I sell that property, take the hit now, reinvest that money, make more money with it later on, whether that's trading properties now and, looking for different neighborhoods to flip in, buying in the lazy nodes, things like that, or just waiting for the next release, trying to be more selective and better prepared for that. That's why I'm okay taking a loss sometimes and not just keeping properties forever. Now, if I had a million UPIX and just unlimited money, or I was willing to put a bunch more money into the game out of my own pocket, maybe I keep it, not that big of a deal. But when you're short on UPIX, sometimes it makes sense to take losses and take that money and keep it working, right? That's one of my mottos in real life is keep my money working. Don't let it sit in properties that aren't making you very much money. Sell them or refinance them, which you can't do in UPIX or Upland, but you can in real life. And then use it to get good deals, make more money. So I'm okay with that. And speaking of that, we should check and see how the nodes are doing because I haven't looked at prices for a while. And I am still, speaking of spending money, buying properties in the lazy nodes if I see good deals pop up. 50. So we're still only one property away from, I should make sure here, from getting that floor at 60 again in Neponset. Only 44 properties for sale. Neponset is doing great. And then if we look at Henry Ford, and something else I'll have to talk about here in a video soon too, is, as I'm getting distracted, they have neighborhood ratings coming out and different things. And so it'd probably be good for us to focus on one neighborhood in the lazy nodes, and maybe then I think everyone would see that's Neponset based on the building, the popularity, the contests. I still love Henry Ford. I'm still buying properties there. There's a couple cheap properties there right now, actually. But for building up areas, Neponset certainly seems like the place to focus because of all the building going on, all the cool stuff happening. I do have my apartment here, which is slowly making progress. 32 days left. I might have more Spark. I think I have one more. 0.1. Yeah. There we go. So we'll see how all that goes. And I'll probably make another video here soon on talking about the neighborhood rating, some other things going on in Upland. And I feel like today's the day you take away Spark and leave it undedicated and you get some UPIX. But I did that last week and I have no idea how much I made, if any. And so I don't know if that's worth it or not. But I'll look into that here as well, too. All right, we'll see what happens with the new release. Anything else going on in Upland, let me know how you're doing. Love to hear the comments. Or if you have ideas for new videos or different strategies. Love the likes, love the shares. Keep those coming. And I'll be back with more coming up here soon.